Hello, and thank you for viewing Understanding the K-1 Report Cards recorded session of the HEB ISD Parent Academy. We would love to know who has viewed our video, so please use the QR code at the end of this program to let us know you are here. My name is Kelly Rawl, and I am the coordinator of Pre-Kindergarten and Family Engagement. We will have successfully accomplished our mission here if, at the end, you know some of the history of the K-1 report cards, the basic differences between traditional and standards-based report cards, understand our rating scale, and realize that some standards are assessed all year while others change from 6 weeks to the next. All you have to do is follow these simple steps. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Watch the video. Make notes of any questions that come to mind, and then sign into our guest book and leave your questions in the comments section. Please sign in whether or not you have any questions. We will answer your questions as soon as possible. All right, let's jump right in. On the left, you see an example of a typical old school report card. My own report cards from elementary school looked a lot like this. Oops, I think I just told you how old I am. Anyway, let's get back to report cards, right? However, our kindergarten and first grade report cards are bringing home report cards that look a lot more like the picture on the right. There's a big difference, right? So when parents look at a traditional report card, they don't know anything besides the numeric average or letter grade reflected on the document. No, all they really know is whether or not their student passed or failed a subject, and if they excelled, squeaked by, or made average grades. And that's only really possible if there was a number grade and it was a high, middle, or low, 90s, 80s, 70s, etc. We can stop there. I'm sure you get the idea. Letter and number grades do not show what students have mastered or what they still need to work on, nor do they help parents know how to help at home. However, our standards-based report cards specify what students should know and be able to do at the end of the school year in order to be prepared for success in the next grade level. It also gives families a little more insight into what they need to work on at home to help their students get ready for next year. Now let's compare real quickly what we know about traditional and standards-based report cards. Keep in mind that neither style of report card is good or bad. They are just different and they communicate different information to parents, families, and guardians. They both report student achievement and are sent home at certain times of the year. However, traditional report cards use letter and/or number grades to reflect average grades per subject. Strengths and weaknesses are sometimes indicated if the student was given a number grade indicating a high, like a 98, or a low, like a 91, within a specific range, such as the 90s, 80s, 70s, or 60s. When you're looking at letter grades, of course, an A is considered excellent, a B is considered good, a C is considered average, and anything below that is below average or failing. However, in a standards-based report card, these report cards reflect averages of ratings for each subject area and then include specific ratings about important skills within each subject area. They do provide specific information about a student's strengths and weaknesses, and usually students are assessed individually, although sometimes students are assessed as they all complete individual assignments done simultaneously. This option is a great time saver for teachers. Our Kinder report card has always been different from the other grade level report cards, but originally the first grade report card was exactly the same as the sixth grade report card. We changed our kindergarten report cards to be more standards-based in 2007, and our first grade report card followed suit shortly after that. Best practice showed us we needed to change. However, once we updated our kindergarten report card, then our first grade families actually wanted to know why the first grade report card was not similar. We use a traditional report card for grades 2 and up, to this day because the GPA grading system goes all the way up into college. Unless that system changes, we will probably continue to use the same report card in our grades 2 and up. The most important thing to remember is that our standards-based report cards use grading practices that support student learning. There are several advantages of using a standards-based report card. Standards-based report cards help us stay aligned between our TEKS-based curriculum, instruction, and assessment. TEKS are the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills, and these are our state standards. Standards-based report cards align our grading and assessment from teacher to teacher, from school to school. This is really important for some schools because they have a lot of mobility. Some of their students enroll at the beginning of the year and finish out the school year somewhere else. It's important that they have a continuous instruction and assessment program from one school to the next. They also assess targeted learning objectives, and they measure mastery of those objectives or standards. If standards and objectives are not mastered, then we know exactly what needs to be remediated. There are 3 basic components to a standards-based report card in HEB ISD. First of all, we have assessment directions. These are very important for teachers so that they all do the assessments the same way, and these directions also provide the rubrics for each content standard. Then we have what's called the Coming Attractions, which is a parent newsletter with suggestions for helping students at home, and these are available in both English and Spanish. Finally, we have the Parent Guide, which explains the expectations for each objective so that the grading system is transparent. Again, these are available in English and Spanish. This is an example of coming attractions for kindergarten second 6 weeks. If you have a kindergartner in our schools right now, then you should have already seen this document. This document shows you some quick and easy activities that you can do at home to help your student be better prepared for the learning and the assessment that's going to happen during this 6 weeks. Note that this document may not reflect every student standard that is being assessed this 6 weeks, but it should include the most important ones. The picture you see here actually does not include page 2, which has some additional standards such as for social studies and art, music, and PE. These are screenshots of a kindergarten report card, the actual document. The first grade report card is set up much the same. If you have a copy of your child's first 6 weeks report card, take a look at it now. The rating system that we use is expressed at the top. Notice that a number 3 equals meets expectations, number 2 is making progress, and a number 3 indicates that your child is experiencing difficulty. If there is an X underneath any given 6 weeks, that means that that item was not assessed during the 6 weeks. The progress monitoring objectives and ratings are all listed first, and then the language arts reading and writing ratings for specific standards are listed below. In kindergarten, many students are just now starting school for the very first time, so the first 6 weeks ratings are for your information only, and they do not figure into the overall averages at the end of the school year. First grade ratings are averaged in for all 6 weeks. Some skills, like we mentioned before, are called progress monitoring skills. That means that they are studied and assessed all year long. We can't wait until the end of the school year to find out that a child cannot read. So we monitor their progress from the beginning to the end. Then we have new skills that are taught each 6 weeks. Those skills are listed underneath each content area, and they change every 6 weeks unless there's a long-term unit of study that goes on for multiple 6 weeks. It all depends on what is being taught in the curriculum. Note that there is a rating for each skill as well as an average for the subject on page 2 on the back of your document. This is where you will see your child's progress toward the district promotion standards. This report card assures all K-1 families that every student is being taught and assessed on the same things at every campus at the same time of the year. If students move from one campus to another, their report card goes with them. Teachers also know strengths and areas for improvement immediately when they get a new student. This is a copy of the parent guide. There's a new one for each 6 weeks for each grade level. The purpose of this document is to help families understand what was taught and assessed during the recent 6 weeks. It also explains what criteria was used to assign your child the rating they earned. This information is intended to help parents gain a better understanding of what the expectations are for their child, and then to be able to help their child at home as needed. Thank you so much for joining me today. This concludes our recorded session, Understanding the K-1 Report Cards. Please use this QR code or the link you see on this slide to sign into our guest book and let us know how we did. If you have any questions, please add them to the guest book form or contact me directly. My name is Kelly Rall, R-A-L-L, and my email address is kellyrall@hebisd.edu, and my phone number is 817-399-2083. The HEB ISD Family Engagement Team wishes you a happy and healthy school year. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.